How's it going?
Nice to see you. I'm going great, thank you. So much water under the bridge.
Lots of water, yeah. We feel like we're in a good place, especially from where we were early on. We have grown a lot in the last couple of weeks. Like, we're spending more time together. Like, she'll come into my room at night, Hank's in there, and she'll sit on the floor, and we'll just sit there and talk.
Keyword, Hank's in there.
I gather that you have fallen in love with her dog.
Oh, yeah. But it's nice spending time, like, in that capacity, and, like, that's something that's new, and I like that.
We've really just been trying to focus on having fun.
Well, I'm going to try and take you deeper, because just having fun isn't going to make this a marriage.
Yeah.
So what I want to talk about today is how you can be more vulnerable and open, because that's what it'll take to open up your hearts. And to some extent, chemistry.
Yeah.
How do you think past experiences with either shame or vulnerability have impacted how you are in this marriage?
I have struggled, I think, with vulnerability in the past. You know, I grew up with a single mom, and so it's easy for me to be super vulnerable with women. And so especially in the salon, I can open up and talk about anything, but with men, I've struggled until there's a safe space to really share that side.
What does it take for you to have a safe space?
I think really just getting to know the person, and we've done that. I think that for a long time we focused, our honeymoon was pretty triggering because it was focusing a lot on the negatives, but I think it's been hard for us probably to deep dive into conversations, because the last time that we did was on the honeymoon, and it was so negative that we've really just been trying to focus on just not getting into too deep.
But often chemistry is created because of exactly these kinds of conversations. And you owe it, your growth and your effort. What about you? What do you think? How would you answer this?
So that's like an attribute that I herald, is I try to be vulnerable as much as possible. If somebody wants to know something about me, I give them the unadulterated story. I don't hold back. I've been in relationships to where, they were long-term relationships, and somebody had a false persona for 3 years. It's I thought that was going to be it for me. I thought that was marriage and kids, and then all of a sudden it's this is not the right person. So that's where I'm just hey, I want to know what makes Gina Gina. I want to know what her hopes and her dreams are. I've quantified it as the crust, right? I want to know the nitty gritty, and that's important to me to really, build that trust in knowing who she is.
So how do you respond to this? I feel some energy coming in with you.
That's been what we've said for 3 weeks. It's I really want to get to know Gina to her core and the crust and all these things, but I feel like he's not really initiating that either, because he's never asked me any deep-ended questions. And then on the opposite end, I'm not going to come out and just be hey, I want to sit down and talk about this and tell you everything about me, because that's just, I'm not comfortable doing that quite yet, because I feel like we're still getting to know one another. So
tell Clint what would be a good way for you to feel good about talking about something important.
It's not that I'm opposed to talking about it, but I feel like it's just going to take me some time to want to initiate. So to hear a soft story of this is what I did in my childhood, to me that wasn't, or doesn't feel like conversation that would lead into deeper conversation.
So if he asked something tell me about your relationship with your mother when you were a young child.
Yeah.
That would, so something very specific.
Yeah, I'm totally fine, but I think it would have to be specific and initiated.